Good afternoon, it's Nicholas from Gandor Gaming, and today I bring you guys the August 2024 ban list edition for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. Let's hope if Konami can deliver. I'm really excited about this list, I'm not gonna lie. It needs to be like 15 ban cards because there's some really bullshit cards in this format, and I'm ready to see them all die. So let's just get straight into this. So we're going to start with the bans and work our way down. So first things first, we got our Forbidden cards. We got Forbidden, Phoenix Smith, Lakama, Appaloosa, Boas of the Goddess, and lovely Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal, and the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. They're all officially gone, and I say good riddance. I'm actually really surprised about the Lakama. I know why it's banned, because it's also a burn card slash combo extender for the Phoenix Smith package in Snake Eyes and also Yubels. So I'm actually really happy that Lakama's here and gone, even though I'm going to miss his artwork. His artwork is always badass with the eyeball gun. But I'm really glad to see Lakama is out of here. Same thing with Appaloosa. She is one of the generic extra deck monsters that is officially gone. We only have one left now. We got rid of Baron. We got rid of Borosword Savage. We now got rid of Appaloosa. Now we just need IP Masquerena, and we've hit all four of the generic assholes that make combo wombo decks really annoying. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend of King Calamity should have been gone like 5 lists ago. This card has always been an annoying floodgate monster. The fact that this literally says, oh, for the rest of the turn, you cannot play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is absolutely ass. And the fact that this deck could get cheated out so easy. And not only just Centurion, but like there's like 15 other like synchro-based archetypes that could cheat out Calamity too. And I'm just glad we're just putting a kibosh to all of that and saying, nah, it's over now. We don't have to deal with this asshole anymore. Same thing with Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal. As much as Far From Much love this card, I am so happy it's gone. There's so many stupid combos of it besides Phoenix Smith. There's so many stupid things that Beatrice can send, not only to FTK you, but also just floodgate you out of game. This card can foolish burial anything in this game, from really stupid floodgate traps to literally anything. The fact that you could just like time verse your opponent is absolutely stupid. I'm really happy this is all gone. I'm really happy Beatrice is gone. Let's talk about the limiteds. So first things first, Eva is back to 1. That is actually terrifying. So you don't know, Eva is a very generic fairy card that basically says, hey, if I'm discarded, add 2 fairies to your hand. You only have to, it's not a non-once return. So the idea here is that, hey, Drytron, if you go back to playing Herald of Ultimateness, that's 3 negates now if you get your access to Eva. Now, luckily, you can't make Beatrice anymore to send to Eva, but if you just like Ben 10 search Eva, you can still do that. You can still easily get to Eva. So I'm not really sure if that was the right card to bring this card back, but hey, here it is. Also, it searches any 2 fairies, so there's other decks that can abuse Eva besides Drytron in the Herald package. I'm pretty sure Eva will see some experimentation in other like Roger decks. Like I think Generator has some cool fairy monsters. What's it called? The other what's that damn deck called? Silent Force could probably use Eva. And there might be some other fairy-based archetypes that might be abusing the Eva cards. So keep in mind on this. Next, we have Snake Eyes Ash and Snake Eyes Popular going to 1. I am happy about this. Personally, I think they should have just put the kibosh and ban Flameburge. But I'll take what I can get. Ash and Popular going to 1 is pretty awesome. But I still feel like even with the bans and these hits, I feel like Snake Eyes is still the best deck in the room. So we'll just have to see. Next, we have 2 Gimmick Puppet hits. These are both for the FTK for the Gimmick Puppets. We have number 40 Gimmick Puppet of Strings hit and number C40 Gimmick Puppet of Dark Strings hit. Now, personally, this tells me that Gimmick Puppet FTK is actually killed. It's dead. The Konami has put the kibosh on it. But my friend Tyler, who plays nothing but Gimmick Puppet, is telling me that the FTK is still alive, even with number 40 and number C40 getting put to 1. It's just less consistent. So, I don't know how it's still FTKing, even with 2 of their XYZs put to 1. We'll just have to see. I have to guess make a video on his deck and see if it can do it. But we'll have to go from there. Next, this is a limit. I do not agree with this limit at all. Branded Fusion going to 1. Now, personally, Branded Fusion probably should have went to 1 like 5 lists ago, back when Branded Fusion was the best deck. But it's not the best deck anymore. It's been very much like top 10, but definitely more in the rogue category. I think the only thing keeping Branded from being a fair and fun strategy is Sanctifier Dragon. I think that should have been the ban. I don't think Branded Fusion should have even been hit. I think Sanctifier is the real issue with Branded as a whole. And they didn't hit Sanctifier, so that really fucking sucks. Now, I will say Branded Fusion is a keystone of that deck. If you can stop them from even accessing Branded Fusion, you're pretty much set. That means impermanent cards like Despia Tragedy, not Tragedy, Dubers. If you hit that card and they don't have a way to access it, that is a much more of a choke point. But to be honest with you, there's so many ways to add Branded Fusion from Grave and Foolish Burial Branded Fusion that I don't know if that's really the correct answer here. Next, we have Opening of the Spirit Gates. This is definitely a Yubel hit. I am happy with it. I'm glad this card's going to 1. And, of course, the Phoenix Smiths technically got hit, so that's also a hit to Yubel. But I think Yubel is still the best deck in the room now. Like, I think it's definitely more of a toss-up between Snake Eyes and Yubel, especially since Lovely Tenpai is officially hurt to death. It's probably got shot the most out of all the best 3 decks. Having Soundgun Summoning going to 1 is a huge hit. Also, Power of Prosperity going to 1. That really, really hurts Tenpai as a whole. They're playing both 3 Soundgun Summonings and 3 Power of Prosperity, so that's a huge hit to the consistency of Tenpai as a going second deck. And that means if you really get rid of that field spell, they lose the game because they're no longer protected with the field spell, and they really just lose. So if you like Ghost Ogre their field spell now, you're all set. All their monsters can be interacted with now, and you can just clear house, which is pretty nasty. So I guess they're not going to be able to use their field spell anymore without risking it getting popped. Next, Grass Looks Greener goes to 1. That's kind of crazy. Again, branded decks could abuse that, but it's not just branded. Infernoid. There's a whole bunch of 60-card brews, tier elements. There's a lot of decks that could be abusing Grass Looks Greener. Shit, if my deck milled cards and we actually cared about that, this would be a fantastic addition for Punks. But we are not really in the focus of milling cards right now, so it's just cool. Grass Looks Greener. I'm always been a fan of 60-card decks. I'm playing a 60-card deck right now. And, yeah, I'm really glad it's going to 1. Skill Drain going to 1. Absolutely fantastic decision. I'm glad it's going to 1. Let's go, everybody. Thank God. Now, I will say, before I go on to the semi and the unlimited, there is a couple cards that did not get banned that should have been banned. I don't know why Protoss is not on this ban list. I don't know why D-Shifter is not on this ban list. I do not know why lovely D-Barrier is not on this ban list. And, yeah, those are some really big hits that should have came through, and they didn't. So, Ritual Beast at full power because they get 2 Thunder Dragon Colossus on the semi-limited, which is kind of crazy. Also, all the Dragon Rulers go to 2. Blaster, Redox, Tempest, and Tile are going to 2 now. Lunar Light Tiger is going to 2 too, which is pretty cool. I don't know if Lunar Lights are doing anything with 2 Tiger. Tiger is an insane non-once per turn card. Now having 2, it just boosts that deck's consistency, but I don't know if it's enough to push it into the meta. And then Ib the World Chalice Justicar is going to 2. I don't think that does anything. I'm pretty sure even at 3 does nothing. It is just a different version of Danelong. Danelong, and Danelong is going to 3 on this list. So I think we're all set. Speaking of the Unlimiteds, Danelong, Ancient Fairy Tale Dragon, Plush Fire. Luckily, Plush Fire has officially eroded, so it makes sense it's going back to 3 because it's once per turn now. Mad Spectre Unicorn, Kirin is off the list as well. Kirin is actually really, really good for Magic Specters. That deck might be meta now because you can Pendulum Summon Thunder Dragon, so you can end on Kirin plus Colossus plus your entire Magic Spectre combo with the new support, which is kind of crazy. So keep that in mind. Red Rose Dragon is some new dragon support. I don't know if they're still playing Red Rose Dragon with Crystron Haka Fabrics banned, but who knows? Armageddon Knight is also back to 3, and Time Steal's back to 3. So there you go there. And that's really about it. Cool list. I definitely think D-Shifter should have got hit. I definitely think Protoss should have came back. I don't think Colossus should have came to 2. I think Colossus is going the wrong direction. 2 Colossus is absolutely terrifying, because if your opponent manages to summon 2 of these on the same field, not only do you get out the first one, but you also have to out the second one, and they're both there, which is really, really annoying. So I kind of wish Colossus stayed at 1 if they're not going to ban it. But now it's at 2, that is kind of scary. So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, Snake Eyes is still the best deck. I think the only way to actually have really put a dent in it if they hit Lovely Lovely Flame Birds, but they did not. And yeah, Yubel's looking pretty hot right now. Like, yes, they hit the continuous spell. So if you really want to stop that deck from going off, you just hit the continuous spells. They're both the choke points of the deck, so keep that in mind. And yeah, I think the biggest hit, I guess, is to I think Tempai. Like, that's the second to third best deck in the format, and it lost its best card, and its 2 most consistency cards have been hit, Prosperity and its field spell. That's pretty insane, to be honest with you. And yeah, that's really about it. I like the Snake Eyes hits. I just wish there was a little bit more. And I think everything else is pretty decent. I just wish, again, I don't know why D-Shifter is still legal. I don't know why D-Barrier is still legal. And I don't know why Protoss is still here. So tell me if I'm forgetting anything else. But yeah, you all have a great one. Bye-bye.